Part 3 of Full Court Press Basketball Debate, the January 13th edition. Just to conclude, this is the final part. The Pelicans' outlook and our Week 12 pick'em. For the Pelicans, losing to Boston last night kind of sucked. It hurts. It's the first game of a 5-game road trip in the East. So, going forward.
Not tonight. They don't play tonight, but they play tomorrow night, and they play Detroit in Detroit.
In Detroit.
Yeah. If you had to choose between Boston and Detroit, who would you say is the better team?
Detroit.
Absolutely. So do you think that we stand a chance?
Yeah, we stand a chance.
Not if we play like we played last night.
We have to show up.
Absolutely.
Detroit on Wednesday. Then you've got Philadelphia on Friday.
So who's your pick? New Orleans or Detroit?
Well, we'll discuss that.
Okay.
Then Philadelphia on Friday and that huge slate of games that they have on Friday. That needs to be a win. Then I think we play Sunday.
Needs to be is
and
the
then
appropriate term.
Sunday we're in Toronto for a 2:30 start.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Which, well, with the way Toronto's been playing, you never know.
Yeah.
So, for tonight's game,
we've got 3 games because last night is history now.
Well, we needed to win that game last night.
Yeah, we did. We did. By the way, did last night's loss affect us in the standings, or are we still 9th?
Well, let's see.
Because when I checked last night before I went to bed, nothing had been updated.
I would imagine we're still 9th.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're still 9th, but we're 2.5 games behind Phoenix. Actually,
who's number 1?
Actually, we're tied for 9th with Oklahoma City now.
Wow. Who's number 1 now?
Still in the West?
Yeah.
Still Golden State by a game on Portland.
Divisional.
In our division, it's Houston.
Yeah.
By a half game.
Yep.
Then Memphis.
Yep. I knew Memphis wasn't in first spot anymore.
Then Dallas is behind by 1 game.
Wow.
Yeah, we're 8.5 behind first place in the division.
That's not good.
And 12.5 behind first in the conference.
Okay, what's your prediction?
For tonight.
Against Detroit. Tomorrow night.
We're not going to go in order?
Well, there's no game tonight.
Not for New Orleans.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Let's do New Orleans first. What's your prediction for the next 3 games? Because we had said that we needed to beat Boston. We needed...
I mean, I'm picking New Orleans over Detroit. Okay,
Detroit, and we needed Philadelphia.
I'm picking New Orleans over Detroit and Philadelphia.
Okay, what about against Toronto?
I'm not picking New Orleans in that game.
I agree.
I hope they do.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I mean, I'm circling those right now.
Me too.
I can't do it.
Me too. Okay. It's very difficult to remain loyal to your team when you already know the deck is stacked against you. If we don't beat Philadelphia, although Philadelphia has...
They've improved.
Well, they've surprised the hell out of me in the last 2 games.
They've improved a lot.
Oh my gosh.
So,
for the rest of the week.
All the lines are up for all the games.
Oh, good. Let's talk.
They're doing it by a weekly basis now.
All right.
So for tonight, 6 o'clock, we got 3 6 o'clock starts. Your first one's Minnesota and Indiana. Your line is 11 to Indiana.
I was going to pick Indiana anyway.
Right there with you.
Okay.
Atlanta at Philadelphia, your line is 12 to Atlanta.
Of course it is.
With the way Atlanta's been playing, give me a break.
Atlanta.
Okay.
Now this is the game of the night as far as I'm concerned.
San Antonio
at Washington. What does the line say?
The line is 2.5 to Washington.
Really? Is Duncan playing?
Duncan and Parker are playing.
Duncan and Parker are playing. Still no Kawhi Leonard. Anybody out for Washington?
Don't believe so. No.
And they're playing in Washington.
Washington's coming off of that 13
wins.
No. 31-point loss in Atlanta.
True.
San Antonio has won 4 out of their last 5. The line, updated lines. That line is even.
Because they don't know what to say.
That line is even.
Home court advantage mean a lot for Washington?
It does. But one of San Antonio's previous wins on January 3rd was at home against Washington.
But that was at home.
They beat them 101-92.
But that was at home. San Antonio's fan base is big. I don't know. What does your gut tell you? Who's been off the longest? Who's the most rested?
San Antonio last played on the 10th.
Okay, that's 3 days.
And Washington played on the 11th.
Okay, they're both rested. San Antonio's on the road. They got to go from Texas to Washington. I'm going with Washington. I don't know why, but I'm going with Washington.
I just don't know if Washington can play good enough defense.
Well, that is a good point.
Their offense is going to be there. John Wall, Bradley Beal, and those boys, they're going to put up points.
Yeah.
But San Antonio's a good defensive team.
Well, just put Tim Duncan up there at the...
And they're deep. Patty Mills is back, healthy.
Oh, yeah. Patty Mills has been awesome the last couple of games.
I got to say San Antonio in this game.
I forgot about that.
I got San Antonio. With the way San Antonio's bench contribution the past couple games is
phenomenal.
Has been what it was all of last year.
Okay, I'm going with San Antonio. I forgot about what Patty Mills did.
Cleveland and Phoenix. The big question
Phoenix.
Is LeBron playing?
And what does it say? Game decision?
It's a game time decision. If I know LeBron, he's going to play. Okay?
Are our two new guys going to be playing?
Oh, of course. If LeBron plays, here's a stat for you. In the last 2 games against Phoenix, LeBron has scored a combined 72 points on 64% shooting. That is outrageous, first of all. If LeBron plays, Cleveland has a good chance of winning this game. Right now, Phoenix is favored by 4. My concern with Cleveland is what you say, those 2 new guys.
Yeah.
LeBron's coming back.
Then you're going to have an all-star team out there.
Maybe.
They may or may not gel.
I got to go Phoenix.
I'm going Phoenix. We have no differences so far.
Golden State and Utah could be a good one.
Yeah.
Could be better than a lot of people expect, but Golden State's favored by 8.
I'm going with Golden State.
I like that margin. I think it's going to be anywhere from 8 to 12. Dallas and Sacramento? It could surprise some people.
I'm going with Sacramento.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Upset, because Dallas is favored by 5.
No, I'm going with Sacramento. That's a difference if you're going with Dallas.
Yeah, that's a difference.
Well, there's our difference.
Miami and the Lakers.
My God, what are they saying?
Kobe will play.
Kobe will play.
Miami is favored by 3.
Really?
Classic matchup of Dwayne Wade versus Kobe Bryant. In my opinion, the 2 best shooting guards in the league outside of James Harden.
I'm going with the Lakers.
I gotta go Heat. With the way Bosh played against the Clippers, and that was against DeAndre Jordan.
I'm going
now
with the
he's
Lakers.
got Jordan hit.
Now, I reserve the right to make a change if Kobe does not play at the last minute.
They're saying Kobe is playing.
Okay.
So, Miami has won 4 straight and 8 of the last 9 against the Lakers.
I'm going with the Lakers, and for one main reason, if Kobe plays and they're on their own home court.
If Kobe plays, but Dwayne Wade's going to be guarding him.
I understand that.
Okay. I mean, I'm picking
That's
Miami.
our 2 differences.
With Bosh, 34 against the Clippers.
Okay.
To Wednesday. Big night.
That first one's a big game.
San Antonio and Charlotte.
Charlotte, with the way Charlotte's coming out.
Yeah, with the way Charlotte's been playing lately, it's gonna be pretty hard to. They've won 5 straight.
Yeah.
San Antonio does play tonight in Washington, so they'll have to go from Washington to North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's tough.
That's a plane ride in the snow.
That's tough. Charlotte could win that game.
Mm-hmm. We going with an upset? What is the line showing?
The line right now shows 4 to San Antonio.
If San Antonio can beat Washington in Washington, San Antonio can beat Charlotte.
But will they beat Washington in Washington?
I know.
That's the question.
I know.
That's tough. That's tough. I just don't see them dropping 2 on the road.
No, I'm going with San Antonio.
Yeah, I like it too. Houston and Orlando, you were intrigued by this game earlier.
Yeah.
Earlier on in the discussion.
Yeah.
The line right now is 6.5 to Houston.
There is not if they played like they played last night.
The line right now is 6.5 to Houston. I like Houston by at least 9.
What?
It's a
Why?
completely different team than Chicago.
Oh, I'm very much aware.
I'm not
of that.
trusting Victor Oladipo to score 33 against James Harden.
I'm still picking Houston, but I don't see them winning by 9.
Memphis and Brooklyn could be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Everybody from Memphis is playing. Is Zach playing?
Everybody from Memphis is playing. Brooklyn just has dropped 5 straight.
Oh, there's no way. I'm going Memphis.
Memphis is favored by 6.5. I like
I'm going
them.
Memphis.
We got New Orleans
I've
versus
got New
Detroit.
Orleans over Detroit, which I'm worried
Philadelphia
about.
and Toronto. On paper, it doesn't look like Philadelphia can win this game, but let me tell you something.
I know.
Toronto has been dropping it.
I know.
Okay?
I'm still going with Toronto
I have to.
because they're at home, if nothing else.
Washington and Chicago. The last time these two teams played, Washington won.
And Chicago was better then than they are now.
And Washington plays.
You heard me?
Washington's at home against San Antonio.
You heard
the night
me?
before, yes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You going with Washington?
Chicago.
You're going with Chicago?
Chicago by 5.
You're insane.
Washington plays San Antonio the night before. If Washington loses to San Antonio, that erases all momentum going into a showdown.
That's our difference. Atlanta and Boston, there's no question.
Atlanta and Boston, please. Dallas and Denver. Dallas plays Sacramento the night before. Actually, in our previous debate, I picked Denver to win this game.
I do pick Denver to win this game.
And I am sticking with that.
Yeah, me too.
I like Denver to beat Dallas.
What does the
Upset.
line say?
The line right now says 3 to Dallas.
No.
And I can see it. I can see Dallas winning that game, but I can see Denver just as easily pulling off an upset.
The next one's a joke. Golden State.
It's not really
at
a
home.
joke, but I like Golden State to
Oh,
win that
come
game.
on.
The last one. Oh boy. The Clippers in Portland.
Well, what's the line say? I got Portland.
Right now, the line is 5.5 to Portland.
Yeah. At home? Are you kidding? You too?
I'm gonna trust it because I think LaMarcus Aldridge has a big game. But Damian Lillard does not outdo Chris Paul in this game.
No.
I've got Portland by 4.
Let me go one step further. I've got Portland, but I hope the Clippers win.
I've got Portland by 4.
I know that sounds like a mass contradiction, but nothing would make me happier than to see the Clippers win that game.
On Thursday,
Okay?
New York Knicks
Oh,
at
please.
Milwaukee, a 2 o'clock start.
That might be the only game that New York has a chance of
They
winning.
don't have a chance of winning that game.
Milwaukee.
Oklahoma
Oh.
City at Houston.
What do you think?
Houston plays on the 14th. OKC's been off for a week.
What's the line say?
The line right now is 6 to Houston, and I mean that's fair.
I'm going OKC on that one. Who'd you pick?
Oh shit.
Y'all don't have to leave at the same time. You can kiss her bye and see her later.
Oh. Let me think about it for a second.
Okay? You want to pause the...
Yeah. My only concern, and I can see why you pick OKC in this game. My only concern with OKC is Dwight Howard has a tendency to go off against Oklahoma City because they don't have a big man that can slow him down.
Uh-huh.
And at the same time, with Deion Waiters, he's new in Oklahoma City, so he's going to be matched up with James Harden. Deion Waiters is not known for his defense. Let's be honest. Okay?
I want to know who's going to stop Curry from making the threes.
Well, that's Golden State.
I know.
So
Who on the Houston team's going to stop Curry from making the threes? And do you know who
Wait,
won?
why are you talking about Golden State right now?
I thought we were talking about...
No,
Oh,
Oklahoma
we're
City.
talking about OKC. I'm sorry. Who's going to stop Durant?
Well, Trevor Ariza is going to be matched up with Durant. It's going to be interesting. Ariza is going to make it difficult for him because he's a decent defender.
Who's going to be matched up with Russell?
Patrick Beverly, very good defender. I got to go Houston.
Okay, that's a difference.
Cleveland and the Lakers.
I will say this. If anybody can stick to Russell Westbrook, Beverly can.
Yeah. Cleveland and the Lakers. If LeBron doesn't come back against Phoenix, he'll be back for the showdown against Kobe. And now you just ask yourself which team has more pieces. I got to say Cleveland in this game. I got to say Cleveland in that game. On Friday.
Unless this all-star team backfires.
On Friday. We've got Detroit and Indiana.
I have no
Very,
idea.
very interesting game.
Yeah, what's the line say?
Right now, the line is 3 to Indiana.
In Indiana. Wow. I'm going to have to go with that.
You going with Indiana?
Yeah.
I got Detroit.
Okay.
The way they've been playing, they've got two big men, not just one. Brandon Jennings has been playing off the charts.
Memphis and Orlando.
Please.
What's the line?
Right now, it is 4.5 to Memphis.
Okay. And then we've got New Orleans against Philadelphia.
Brooklyn and Washington are just...
What's the line with New Orleans against Philadelphia?
Right now, it's 7.5 to New Orleans.
Okay. Brooklyn and Washington. That's got to be Washington.
Yeah. Chicago and Boston.
What's the
Sorry.
line?
5 to Chicago.
Did you pick Chicago?
I did.
Okay. Atlanta
Oh, boy.
and Toronto.
Oh, boy.
What does the line say?
Right now, the line is...
In Toronto.
The line is even.
Because they don't know.
No, because... Yeah, that's right. Because they don't know if DeRozan's going to be back.
That's part of it. You're taking a southern team and sticking them in Canada. And when's the last time Atlanta will have played before that?
Wednesday. Same with Toronto.
Okay, so they'll both have the same amount of rest, but Toronto will still be at home. I gotta go with Atlanta.
Me too.
With the way Atlanta's been
Too much
playing.
momentum.
Yeah.
Golden State and Oklahoma City. The buck has to stop somewhere. And the buck stops here. OKC over Golden State.
You gotta be kidding.
You want somebody that can shut down Stephen Curry? You look no further than Russell Westbrook. And please tell me how Draymond Green is going to stop the Durantula. Please, please explain that one to me. Stop it. OKC over Golden State in a shootout. I see OKC by 3.
What does the line say?
The line is even. OKC by 3. Stamp it. Send it. Sign it.
Golden State.
in Oklahoma City
Yeah,
with that fan base.
yeah. That's a difference.
Denver and Dallas. We said Denver over Dallas on the road in Denver. Dallas.
No.
Dallas at home.
Why? What
Dallas
does the
at home.
line say?
3 to Dallas.
Really? If it was the other way around, if it was Dallas at Denver.
We already did that one. That's a game this week.
Oh,
They have a back-to-back with each other. I picked Denver at home and I picked Dallas at home.
don't you think it's going to make a difference if Denver beats Dallas at home? It's going to give them the momentum to meet Dallas again?
It could. Yeah.
I'm going Denver.
A lot of differences this week.
Yeah. Oh.
Portland and San
At
Antonio.
San Antonio. Now, Portland plays 2 days before. San Antonio's got quite a rest. And they're in San Antonio. What's the line say?
2 to Portland.
They picked Portland over San Antonio with Tim and... Okay. They picked Portland. Who did you pick?
San Antonio.
Me too.
Minnesota and
Phoenix. That's Phoenix.
Yep. LA Lakers at Utah.
I got
Interesting.
Utah.
I got the Lakers.
Difference.
Miami and Sacramento.
Line.
3 to Sacramento.
I got Sacramento.
Difference.
You got Miami?
All the way.
Boy, you are loyal to Miami.
Cleveland. No, Chris Bosh's performance showed me something
Okay.
against the Clippers.
He can't do that every night.
Speaking of the... Oh, he could if he wanted to. Oh, if he wanted to, he could.
Okay.
Speaking of the Clippers, Cleveland visits the Staples Center to take on the Clippers.
What's the line?
3.5 to the Clippers.
I got the Clippers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Some big games.
We got 5 differences that night.
5 of them.
That's going to be the determining factor for the week. Indiana and Charlotte.
Only 4 teams don't play on Friday night.
Wow.
In the entire league.
Indiana and Charlotte.
I gotta go Charlotte.
In Charlotte. Me too. Philadelphia at Detroit. Detroit.
All day. Oh, baby.
Atlanta and Chicago. No
Oh,
contest.
baby.
Atlanta.
Chicago.
Atlanta.
Chicago.
Are you kidding me?
Chicago, you watch.
Why?
Tell me who's gonna stop Pau Gasol. I'm not talking about Derrick Rose.
He cannot score 46
I'm not
points in
talking about
every
46.
game.
But he just put up 24 and 17.
Atlanta. We'll see.
Kyle Korver's gonna stop Jimmy Butler.
We'll see.
Please. In Chicago, please. In Atlanta, I'm picking Atlanta. Golden State at Houston.
Golden State.
Wrong.
Houston.
Golden State will travel from Oklahoma City to Houston on back-to-back nights to face 2 very similar offenses.
Golden State at OKC the night before.
Golden State at Houston the next night. They will lose 2 straight.
You're underestimating Golden State.
I'm not underestimating Golden State at all. I'm saying that against elite teams, they cannot do it. Because they have not played elite teams on the road this season.
Boy, it's going to be a make or break week because I've got Golden State.
Winning back-to-back games.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's another difference. Boy, this is going to be the week.
Portland
from hell.
and Memphis. Woo-wee.
What's the line say? In Memphis.
Even.
Of course it is.
They both played the night before, too.
I got Memphis in this one.
I do as well.
If everybody plays. Now, all of these are subject to change if all of a sudden Zach Randolph's out or Chris Bosh is out or Kevin Durant is out or whatever. Washington at Brooklyn, that's Washington.
Yeah, I'm picking Washington.
Minnesota at Denver, that's Denver.
Yep.
Clippers at Sacramento. God. That's got to be Clippers. What's the
That's what I
line
picked.
say?
4 to the Clippers.
That's got to be Clippers. New Orleans and Toronto, I don't know why. I just don't think it can happen. I picked Toronto. You too? What's the line? I'm scared to ask. I hate going against my team.
Toronto by 6.
Okay. OKC and Orlando.
Stop.
Or OKC. Utah and San Antonio.
Even more. Stop.
San Antonio. In San Antonio? Please.
So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11
differences for this week. Man.
2 of them tonight.
Man, this is going to make or break us this week.
11 differences. You get all 11 right, we're tied for the season. I'm only up by 11 games.
But I won the last 3 weeks.
Yes, you have.
Well, we shall see.
Alrighty. Well, that concludes this week's edition of Full Court Press Basketball Debate. For Yvonne Juno, this is Chris Guyette signing off. See y'all next week.